Hello, NMKLTrader, and tonight I just want to take a few minutes and do a recap of today's video. Now, if you look at the markets and you see what happened during the NASDAQ 100, once again, the market trend system has really um, done its job. Okay, today the market opened at 6:30 out here in California, 9:30 New York time. And keep in mind, one of the things that I really recommend you do is trade during the New York session or during the American session, interchangeable. Okay. um, I am looking to place a buy or sell stop depending on the direction of the trend as soon as I get an agreement. Okay. The agreement is a must. A lot of you might see that you can take some pullbacks and trade counter trend trades with this, but you will lessen your percentage. All right, without any other holds backs, let's go ahead and just take a look at today's market here, and I'll show you how I traded it. Okay, let's see here. Let me get this set up. Just okay. Now, here at 6:30 we get an open, and a lot of times I like to wait until 30-40 minutes for the system to really get going, all right, to appreciate a trend. But today, what I saw was price had broken. Basically, price had went up, tested the overnight high here. Okay, that overnight high, and then it poked through it just a little bit, and then it reversed. Okay, so now you get the micro trend sell after the 6:30 candle. Okay, you get about the 6:32 candle here. All right, and you see that price goes down and also breaks the daily open. All right, and that's crucial because now it's broken to support. Well, it went up, it tested resistance, come down, and broke through a major support area for trading futures. Also, notice you get a flip right here. All right, let me expand this just a little bit so you can see how I'll trade this. Now, because of what I have just covered, please go back and watch this if you didn't get that. All right. But what just happened was, and I'll just recap this for just a second. Price went up and broke right before the open, broke through the overnight high. All right. And it retested it, went back down, broke through the support level here, which was the daily open, and then price started to continue down. Now, I also got a flip right here. So on this flip, this is where you go and you put, I'm just going to put the line right next to the one the flip actually happened on. So I can show you how I'm going to place that sell stop in this case. All right. We're going to place a sell stop just below that candle there. Okay. Just below that little candle. So here we go. Let's go here and get my measuring tool. And I like to trade 40 ticks. That is my go-to. And here we go. Oh, this didn't take long to really, once you got into the trade, to really hit your 40 ticks. Okay, let's just put it at 46. But I want you to see clearly that we got the 40 ticks that we were looking for. Okay, so that is trade number one. So I'm just going to make a 1 here. Okay. Now, let's go over here and look for our second trade. Let me go back and grab my correct tool that I want here. Looks like I have to go here and grab my arrow. There we go. Now what I'm going to do now is pull this way. That's trade number one. Now you could have traded that thing on down further. I'm looking for 40 ticks. Now we start to get into a zone here, and price comes up and it comes back down. You get another sell signal. And the reason I would not take this sell signal here, and this is one of those tips and tricks that you need to learn from Trader Nate here, is because it's not below this level here. All right, you can see this is the overnight low now, or I'm not the overnight low, but the daily low now. Price doesn't come down and go below that. So I am not going to get into this trade. That is market structure, folks. And so I'd recommend you go out there and learn a little bit about market structure. Okay, so I'm not going to get in on this trade, even though we have an agreement. And we keep going on out here. Because what I'm looking for now is this next flip over here. All right, let me go ahead and put a line in the sand. Or let me put a line on my chart, a vertical line, where the flip happens. Okay, one right next to it. Let me get it down here where I can see it. Now the question is, do we get 40 ticks out of this? Yes, it is a tradable event. It meets the criteria. Now I'm going to go here and I'm just simply going to put in the buy stop, and I'm going to run over here about 40 ticks and show you where you would have been out of the trade, right in there somewhere. Okay. So you can see that this qualified for 40 ticks. That's trade number two. All right, go ahead and take trade number two. And that's also a big winner. Okay, that's two winners for the day on trades that I would have taken. All right, now let's take another look here. I'm going to walk through most of this session here today so you guys can actually see that, that how powerful this trading system is. All right, I'm going to get over here to where we get trade number two or three. Okay. Now this is a sell. We get an actual agreement here. And I'm going to go ahead and take this trade. And let's go to the one right here, the wick right here. And we're going to drop down 40 ticks. That's 59. Let me get down here around 40. And you can see just about one candle later, we're already out of that trade. Okay. That's trade number three for the day. Okay. So let's take a look at these three trades. Let me just kind of bunch things together here a little bit. Now, I'll even show you Couple opportunities here. You could have got in on this trade right here, all right, but you would have taken a loss. And probably once you see this starting to come back your way, so you know what? I'm going to be fair. I'm going to say right now we would have taken a loss on this one. All right, if you um, are what I would say, smart, I wouldn't have taken that trade. But let's just say if you're just a beginner and you're just counting every one of them, you would have taken a loss on that trade. On this trade, do you think you would have won? Let's see here. All right, now I go here right below the wick, and I go ahead and I come down here, and you go down about 40 ticks, and you would have actually won on this one. Okay, so in reality, if I was to look at all the trades for the day, that would be trade number, let's just count them up here. Where's my vertical line? Oh, I got two things going on. That's why. Just a minute. Let's put a vertical line here. And let's put one more. Let me get that thing out there. Why does that keep showing up? We'll put another one over here, okay? So, if I was to calculate this up, and let's actually go through the entire day, okay? We know we got one loss so far. This trade here doesn't count because, well, let's see. Okay, you get a flip, and if you do a buy or a sell stop here, the next candle never triggers it. So you really don't get a trade on that one. Okay. And pretty much the same here on this one. Because I think let's see how this one goes. You get the flip right there, I believe. Yeah, so you really never get in a trade on that one either. Now, I'm going to also be drawing some lines here to really show you that you're starting to go into a channel. And with channels, what I like to do, especially when you start going sideways like this, when you get into a sideways market, I like to draw lines to look for breakouts. Okay, there's one there. Let me get that out of there. Let's grab this tool here, and we'll do one across the bottom down here. Okay, so I'm looking for a breakout to the top side or to the bottom side here. So we finally get another flip here. This thing starts moving up, and it goes through this. It goes through this support or this resistance line here, and then that means I'm going to get in right here and simply again put my my buy stop at the top there. I'm going to take this up 40 ticks roughly. I probably would have got out over here somewhere. Okay, and so I'm going to take my 40 ticks, and you can see that that's another winner. Let's see how much further we go here today. This is if you're trading the whole day, folks. Okay, this is not a trade that goes against the trend. I'm not going to take this trade because you're right there at resistance. That's the daily open. If it breaks above, I would have got in a trade. But in this case, I do not. Okay, now we get over here to this particular trade market. Let's see here. Comes down. We get the flip. Not on that candle. The one after it. If I set my sell stop right there, you're going to see that none of the next candles actuated. So that's not a trade. Okay, so let's go back and let's look at all of the trades that we possibly would have had today. Okay, now let's go slowly with this. Okay, and I'm just going to count backwards. You can go back and look at this video and just make sure that I'm accurate on this. Here's trade number one. This is a winner. Okay, I'm just going to put a big W here. It doesn't like me. So let's just write on it then. Boy, what's going on here? I don't know. There's something, my computer's slow right now, so I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, trade number one. Let me get rid of that thing anyway. Arrow. Trade number one. It's a winner. Trade number two. We don't really get into this trade here because it really never hits the buy stop, so that don't count. 1, 2, going back this way. 3, this is trade number 3. Those are all 3 winners. 4, that's a winner as well. Trade number 5, this is a loss. Okay, so 4 winners, 1 loss equals 5. And trade number 6 at the open this morning clearly was a winner as well. So 5 out of 6 trades, okay? 5 out of 6 trades during the trading session. That is awesome, folks. 5 out of 6 trades. Now, if you took and did a 1-to-1, 4 times 500, I'm sorry, um, 5 wins times 400 is $2,000 minus the 1 loss. The 1 loss would be minus 400. So you're at $1,600 day. And that is taking all of the trades that would have been eligible according to the market trend system rules. Okay? That's a pretty good day. So this is Nate at NMKLTrader. I hope this review of today's market has been very, very beneficial. Now, if you like the market trend system, please, by all means, go over to our website, purchase the system, get started with us today, join our Discord group, and we will help you become a successful futures trader. We'll help you beat the market proprietary firm, futures proprietary firm evaluation accounts so you can start trading other people's money. But you got to get started with us today because as the market trend system picks up demand and we start selling more packages, trust me, the price will go up. Okay? Without further ado, I'll see you at NMKL Trader in the trade room. Have a great evening.